Welcome back to DXB. Today we have an expert on the panel who's going to share some very exciting and interesting advice for all the mums watching tonight. So our next guest is a mum of 5 and a certified mindful parent coach, and today she's sharing some practical tips when it comes to raising children. Welcome to the show, Rania Hussain. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Rania.
Thank you for having me.
Question, what is the difference between mindful parenting and gentle parenting?
That's an interesting question because there's a confusion actually between thinking like gentle parenting, it's like permissive parenting, everything is allowed. Whereas in reality, to raise kids, we need to set boundaries. And here comes the mindful approach, whereby you understand what's going on the inside, you as a parent, and try to respond to any uncomfortable situation you're facing with curiosity and kindness. And this needs a lot of practice. I've been practicing for years. And it's not about perfecting your response, it's about having less anger, less intensive moments than you usually have.
Because I actually watch a lot of moms and how people like tell about how to treat a child if they spill milk on the table, if they want something, or they're kind of like fighting with their siblings and how to manage that. So it needs a lot of patience, but how can people who, because we weren't raised like that, we were kind of just told off, and it worked, we were raised really well, but still, like, how can people adapt and change how they were raised and adapt a new behavior to teach their kids?
So there are many factors you've talked about. One of the things that we need to keep in mind that kids are messy. By definition, they're learning, and they didn't do it on purpose, you know, spilling the milk or the juice or whatever. So it's part of their exploration and understanding. And here comes this mindfulness, like the ability and the capacity to hold space and just understand what happened. So I know instantly you feel like, oh, what's happening? You know, this is normal because we feel like we're being attacked. Whereas in reality, it's just a child discovering what to do. So it comes with practice, as I said, and there are ways to do that. And one of them, for example, if you want to develop the skill of patience, because people say, I'm not patient, but it's a skill. Everyone can learn to become patient. So meditation, for example, helps. Sitting with yourself and understanding and seeing what thoughts you have. So many things to do across the parenting journey to help you reach that patience, yes.
I mean, you must be very patient. 5 children you have. What's that like, being a mum of 5? And did you notice a huge difference after like the 3rd one, or is it pretty much the same?
So yeah, basically the jump is between, like after 2, you feel like, whoa, you know, something has really changed. But I appreciate all parents. Like if it's 1 or 10, I always say it's a lot of work, especially nowadays. There's a lot to do. It's chaotic, it's messy, it's fun. It's a mix of everything, so you learn to embrace it.
And speaking of all that, because I have a philosophy. I don't have kids yet, maybe never will, but if I do, I want to be prepared before there's a child there. Do you think that's important for people to prepare themselves for parenthood way before they even have a child?
Yeah, that's very important. And the thing that I do, I offer 2 courses. One of them is mindful parenting. So I teach parents how to apply this mindfulness and this attitude in their parenting. And it really helps because it understands, you know, it helps you understand your own triggers as a person, as a dad later on, hopefully. And you, by practice, you learn that, okay, this time I messed up, but that's okay. We're not perfect human beings. We make mistakes. And these triggers become our teachers.
Do you have any strategies to help the younger kids learn emotional intelligence?
That's a very good question as well. Because kids who have emotional intelligence, or actually let's start with adults who have emotional intelligence, manage their emotions in a very good way. And when we train our kids at a very young age to do that, we are giving them one of the most important life skills. And here comes one of the things that I did. I wrote a book recently. It's called Leaving Sherwood House.
We have it here.
Yeah. And in a way, it helps kids understand their emotions at a young age. So the main character here is Hannah. She's moving houses. She's struggling with a lot of emotions. And instead of having her just, shut down her emotions, her parents help her And when we talk about our emotions, so we say name it to tame it, we will be able to manage it. And emotional resilience it's a process. You build it throughout the years. And our kids watch us, like, how did mom behave when she failed at doing something, you know? How did dad react to something like that? So life experiences help a lot in fostering this kind of resilience in them.
Rebecca, you're a mom of 3. Would you say that your level of patience or understanding or parenting has improved with having more children? Or because I just have the one child, so I have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah, it definitely has. Like, I think when I had my first, it felt like the whole world was blown up. But I think with each child, you just learn more. And I think you're a different mom. I'm a different mom now than I was when my daughter was born. And I'm a different mom to each one of them because I'm learning every day.
You know, with parents who have multiple kids, would you say that the oldest usually has it the hardest? Because, I mean, we are first-time parents then, and we are kind of experimenting, aren't we?
Yeah, I agree to that, yes. Although I took courses myself before I had the kids, you know, and still, I did so many things wrong with my eldest, which I didn't do with the twins at the end. So, yeah, you learn. And they always say, like, even if they have their siblings, there is no one parent for each. You change across time, and you learn a lot.
I want to ask you, I mean, as a mom of 5 kids, what is traveling like? Because
Costly.
I'm sure, yeah, costly, of course. Like one holiday every 10 years. No, but it must be a lot because, I mean, it's 7 passports. Making sure everyone's, I mean, that's a lot of luggage,
Yes.
a lot of plane seats, a lot of seats on the taxi. How does that work out for large families?
Yeah, it is hectic. We enlarged the house, the car. We changed so many things when we knew we're moving from upgrading from 3 to 5 kids, and but it needs a lot of organization, planning. I write everything down. I used to write what is included in each bag, you know, to understand. And I had like an extra bag on the side. So a lot of organization, lots of it.
Gosh, that's like a group trip, like a family trip, but it's a group trip.
Absolutely. Rania, Usan, thank you so much for being on the show. Before we say goodbye to you,
Yes.
We do have something for our guest co-hosts with Maitha.
That's right, Farah. So, Megan and Rebecca, I don't know if you know this, but we ask you some personal questions. So, you have to answer them in 60 seconds. But no pressure. Everything is about you, so it should be easy. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's put the clock on the screen. And 1, 2, 3, let's go. What is the hardest thing about being a mommy influencer?
Time management.
Your motto in life and in work?
Kids go first.
If you could have an AI assistant, what task would you want them to do?
Put kids to bed.
Nice. If you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a great one. Barack Obama.
Best part about being a mom?
The kids like to love.
Oh, beautiful. The most memorable moment for you since starting your platform?
The launch of our cookbook.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Your go-to restaurant in Dubai?
I like Flamingo Room.
Me too.
A book, movie, or series you recommend?
Oh, that David Boyne one.
Oh yeah, there's
Fire, water.
Earth.
Oh,
So good.
a superpower you wish you had?
Invisibility.
Ooh.
Flying.
Get away from the kids. Hide from them.
Mommy's not here today.
You guys are doing well. So last question, why Dubai?
Dubai is everything. Like, Dubai is perfect.
It's very much our home. I think
Yeah.
we've both lived here for a really long time. And like a lot of people, we came here on a short-term plan, but now I'm here 16, she's here 18. And this really is our forever home.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Ladies, thank you so much for coming on the show. I've learned so much today. Faris, I'm not sure if you've changed your mind about wanting to have kids after this particular episode.
I'm on the fence.
All right, guys, please stay with us because up next we have a fantastic performance by none other than Shrija Chakra.